Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC Vegas 108 Piera versus Park. We back with another recap of a night in the Apex that was shockingly great. No bullshit, no joke. I truly thought this card was great. I thought maybe the best fight night of the year. And fine, a fight night's an Apex card, so take that if you will. We'll talk about my rating at the end of the card, but it's pretty high. I had a ton of fun with this card. If I'm being honest, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very fun. 2 fight of the nights. Some good finishes, a good main event. I can only point out maybe 2 bad things about it. I really enjoyed this card. I truly did. If you missed this one, I feel bad for you because you missed a banger. This was a fantastic card, and I really fucking enjoyed it. I truly did. Like, not even trying to be funny. I thought this was extremely enjoyable, really fun. I had a great time, and yeah, I can't really say much else there. I truly enjoyed this card. I had a very, very fun time with it. Which I know for me to be that nice about a card is rare enough, and then for it to be about an Apex card, this should have been in an arena. It truly should have been. The crowd would have went home very happy. They would have fucking loved it, but the 6 people in the Apex seemed to enjoy it. I enjoyed it. Really great night in the Apex, so I'm actually excited to recap it. It might not be the longest recap because some of the things you should just go watch. I can't do them justice. But, yeah, I enjoyed the card. I thought it was fine. Fun. Actually, fine's an understatement. Very fun. And, again, if you are not an Apex watcher, then you missed out on a good one here. Sometimes it's warranted. Trust me, I understand. A lot of times I don't want to watch these Apex cards. But this one was good. This one was very, very good, so again, if you skip this one, you skipped a good fight, a good night of fights, and go back and watch it. Trust me, go back and watch it. But yeah, outside of that, I can't really praise this card enough. I did last night in the after party. I done it plenty since it happened. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to recap it. So why waste any more time? I've praised it enough. Don't really got much bad to say about it. I'm excited to recap it. Let's do it. Before we do, of course, gotta do the YouTube bullshit. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Turns 200 subs the goal by the end of 2025. We're 40 away. Can we hit it? I doubt it, but maybe someday we will. If not, either way, thank y'all. I love y'all for watching. And let's have some fun recapping a very, very good night in the Apex. You ready? I know I am. Not very much else to say in a pretty quick intro, unless I'm going to say something which I don't believe I am. UFC Vegas 108 recap. Begin. 12 fights in the Apex, same amount as we had in the breakdown. We did have 2 weight misses, which we will talk about when we get to them, but they did not cause cancellation, thankfully. So, that's always good. As we have in our first fight of the night, a fight I got brutally wrong, and I will take the L here. We have in our first fight of the night in the women's strawweight division. Well, I say that like if there's a men's strawweight division. Our first fight of the night, shockingly not a finish from the females, which is, I guess, they kind of ended the streak of female openers being bangers, ending with finishes, so it kind of blows, but what can you do? As we have in our first fight of the night in the strawweight division, not a finish from the females opener this time, but still an alright fight. As we had Piera Rodriguez versus Ketlen Souza. Not a bad way to begin the night. Not fantastic opener, but it was a fine opener, and pretty much what I said in the breakdown. It's not the worst opener in the world. It's a fine fight. So, and that's what it was. This was a perfectly okay fight to begin the night. To go over what happened in it, not a lot to be honest. Round one, a little bit of a close round, but Piera did take it with a few takedowns. I believe she got one right at the end of the round. So round 1 to Piera Rodriguez. I think everyone scored the fight the same way outside of one of the judges here, but are we ever shocked by that? Round 2, easily the best round for Ketlen. Souza was able to keep it on feet, and land some good shots on Piera, and clearly take the round. And then round 3, the clearly tied 1-1. Piera has kind of the same round that she had in round 1, but kind of more dominant. She was able to get takedowns and keep her down, especially late in the fight. I think with 90 seconds left, she got a takedown. Was able to hold her there till the end of the fight. And with that being said, that means a 29-28 win for Piera Rodriguez, and that is what happened. One judge did give it to Ketlen Souza, which I don't understand how. I think that's a bit of a reach, if I'm being honest, but I wouldn't have been upset if they did the robbery. It would have really helped many things, but that's not a big deal. I don't really see how you give it to Ketlen Souza. I don't think anyone gave it to Ketlen Souza. She clearly won round 2, but she did not win round 1 or 3. And, yeah, that was that. Good one for Piera Rodriguez, who apparently is getting better. She actually knows how to strike now. Her cardio looked a little bit better. I guess she's not completely shit anymore. Very interesting. I'll eat my words here. I was badly wrong about this fight. And good one for Piera, shutting me up, giving me the first L of the night. Decent fight. Not happy about how it went, but what can you really do? Yeah, that's about that. Not the best fight on the card, but not the worst either. It was fine, and that's about that. Not very much more to be said there, so let's go to our second part of every fight recap. Let's talk about the fighters. We'll begin with Piera Rodriguez, now 11-2, really 6-5-1 in the UFC. I'm not counting that Cornolle loss because it was bullshit. So now she is 5-1 in the UFC, and she's not bad. She's gotten better. We've truly seen her get better in the UFC. We saw her in her early fights kind of be a grappler, but it seems like her last 2 fights she's gotten decent striking. Her grappling's gotten good. Well, it's still good. Her cardio might be a little bit better. She's not bad. She's truly not that bad, and she's gotten better. She's now on a 3-fight winning streak with some decent names on that winning streak. She's not bad. I can't really say much else. She's gotten better. Her striking has improved, and apparently she got talent out of nowhere. So good for Piera, man. Now 5-1 UFC, close to top 15. Only losses to Julian Robertson, who is pretty damn good. Can't really say much else, man. She's good for Piera. Truly good for Piera. Looking good, man. She's truly looking pretty damn good in UFC. Let's see, can she crack that top 15? Time will tell. And then for her opponent, Ketlen Souza, just a fucking idiot. The first thing that came to mind with this is how shit is Yasmin Havagui. Jesus Christ, she sucks. Then the Angie fight, that was close. And then the Piera fight, where she kinda just did stupid shit to lose the fight. I don't know why she kept going for flying knees and fucking head kicks. Don't leave the ground, you dumb fuck. She's gonna try to shoot on you when you do, and guess what happened when she shot on? When she threw those kicks and knees, she got taken down. So her fight IQ is just shitty. Her striking is okay. Her cardio's not, her cardio's fine. Her grappling's garbage. She's just not good. She's not great. In a striking match, she's not terrible. But her fight IQ sucks, and her grappling sucks, so she pissed me off. Shitty performance, dropped the ball here, and yeah, really disappointed in Ketlen. You should have done better. You should have won this fight, but whatever. That's Ketlen Souza for you. Fucking moron. All I'd like to say now is, who should I fight next? For Piera Rodriguez, now on a 3-fight winning streak, close to the top 15. Who could she fight? Does she get that top 15 opportunity? You can make a debate for it. You could really start making a debate for her to get that. Like, cause who else? Like, Fatima, they're probably gonna give one more fight before they put her in the top 15. I think Jacqueline Amorim just got booked against with Mizuki, so that's kind of off the table in that regard. I don't mind her. Is Denise Gomes ranked right now? I did see someone say that. Yeah, I don't hate that Denise Gomes fight. Or the Amanda He. Actually, I wouldn't mind her seeing her fight Amanda Ribas, to be honest. Because Ribas is really starting to fade in the division, so I wouldn't. Because I still would rather see Gomes fight Tisha Pennington. Amorim is booked. Ketlen's out of there. I would not mind seeing Piera fight Amanda Ribas, who's, again, I know highly ranked, but she's really starting to fade out of the division, and I wouldn't mind seeing her take it outside of the top 15 fight. Because the only other fighter you could throw in the top 15 right now would be Fatima Klein, and I don't think they're going to do that yet. I could see her fighting a Cornolle, a Halagui, a Ketlen Souza, etc. So, yeah, I'm down to see that. Piera Rodriguez and Amanda Ribas, I think would make sense. I don't see why not. What, a 5-1 UFC record. They would love to get some market value in Venezuela right now. Let's do it. Let's do Piera Rodriguez and Amanda Ribas. Again, I don't see why not. Because everyone else over in that top 20 of the division is booked. Or Fatima, I just don't think they're going to give her that opportunity yet. One more win. And then, like, who? Like, fucking... Again, with Amorim already booked, that kind of leaves open a spot. So let's do it. Piera Rodriguez versus Amanda Ribas. Sounds good to me. Let's do it. And then for Ketlen, she'll go back down to the rankings. She could be fighting maybe the winner of the Shauna Banan fight or something along those lines. Do you really care? No. So, yeah, that's about all I gotta say about this fight. Okay opener, not amazing, not awful, not even the worst women's fight on the card. It was fine. Good win for Piera Rodriguez. She's gotten better. And let's see her fight Amanda Ribas. Let's see how better she's really got. To be honest, I would probably take Piera in that fight against Ribas, to be honest. I don't know what that betting odds would be with Ribas being so washed now, so... Let's do it. Piera, Ribas, when Ribas heals up, probably... I don't know how long that injury will take to heal, but maybe like early next year, maybe March. I would have to imagine by then Ribas could be ready to go. So, let's do it. Piera Rodriguez, Amanda Ribas, book it. Again, for Ketlen, no one gives a shit. So, fine fight to begin the night. Not amazing, not great, but could have been worse. It was perfectly fine, and yeah, that's about all I gotta say there. I fucked up the pick completely. Ketlen, you fucking moron. And good one for Piera. Let's hear fight Amanda Ribas. Let's book it. That's really all I can think to say. After that, we head to our second fight of the night. The worst fight on the night, in my opinion. I thought it was completely boring, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time here because it was completely boring. As we had in our second fight of the night, our first fight at flyweight tonight, which there was a few, and our first male fight of the night, which there was also a few of, we had, in my opinion, the worst fight of the night between Rafael Estevam versus Felipe Bunes. Just to cut to the chase, for 3 rounds, Esteban laid on Bunes, boringly. Like, clear 30-27 Esteban. All he did was lay on Bunes to get a clear 30-27, and that was that. He took him down, laid on him, took him down, laid on him, took him down, laid on him. 3-0 sweep for Esteban. Boring as shit. You don't care. I don't care. He hit the layup, and that's that. Like, it was the worst fight on the night, in my opinion. Truly, so. That's all I gotta say there. To talk about the fighters, for Esteban, another win is another win. Not a good win, but another win nonetheless. He was one of the 2 fighters to miss weight for today. For yesterday's card. He weighed in at 130, which is, if that's not telling him to move up to bantamweight, I don't know what is. Yeah, you gotta start making weight, dude. He's lucky he's winning, because if he wasn't, oof. So, but he did still get to win. This, again, not a great win. That Charles Johnson win is good, but the 2 since have been kind of shitty. Jesus Aguilar is not really a win to write home about, and Felipe Bunes is somehow even worse than that. So, again, it kind of seems like he's going backwards in his career, because this should be his 3rd fight, and this should be his 1st one, but whatever. Either way, he's still winning. I still think he's just a matter of time until he gets fraud checked, because he is so one-dimensional. He's just a grappler. He has no striking, and his cardio's trash. So, I think it's a matter of time until he loses, especially with that weight cut clearly being bad for him. So, just go to bantamweight, but that would actually take using common sense. So, yeah, not like, he's not a bad fighter, but I think it's sooner than later he loses that O, because he is just one-dimensional and has flaws in his game that are very easy to see. So, yeah, that's about that. And he can't make weight, which is not helping him either. Just go to bantamweight. How tall are you? Well, that's the wrong one. 5'8", go to bantamweight. You're 3 inches shorter than Sean O'Malley. You're taller than Piera. Go to bantamweight, you fucking idiot. And then for his opponent, Felipe Bunes, I don't got much to say. My point stands with him. I still think he's shitty, because he is. He's a 35-year-old flyweight who's not good at all and shouldn't even been signed to begin with. So now 1-2 in the UFC. They won't cut him until he loses at least 2 in a row, and I don't think they'll cut him then. When he loses 3, he'll be gone. I don't know why the UFC likes Bunes, but they do. He sucks. He's just gonna be cannon fodder for better fighters, especially with Contender Series coming up. Don't be shocked if you see him versus a new guy coming off the show. He's just not. Felipe is not good. He's not a really good striker. His grappling's okay-ish, but not here. And again, he's 35 at flyweight. I don't even know why he's on the roster, to be honest. And that's about that for the fight. I'm not gonna give a fight idea, because I think Esteban should go to bantamweight, but if he wants to keep trying this fucking flyweight cut, which is clearly not helping him, knock yourself out, buddy. I don't see the point of it, but maybe he does. Especially as he gets older. He's gonna be 29 soon. I would just go to bantamweight, but I don't know, maybe that actually makes sense. So, no fight idea for him. He'll probably stay at flyweight and get a pretty decent opportunity. I wouldn't be shocked to see him fighting like a Cody Durden or someone along those lines. I think it would be a very logical fight for him, with someone closer to the top 15, since he's now 3-0 in UFC. But again, just go to bantamweight. But he won't. So, what can you really do if he doesn't want to do it? Can't make him do it. Guess he's gonna stay at flyweight and keep missing weight. That'll only get you so far, man. But yeah, about all I gotta say about this fight. Bunes is trash. Esteban should move up to bantamweight. Worst fight of the night. Boring. Next. I was not thrilled with this fight either, but at least it was a quick finish instead of boring. As we have in our 3rd fight of the night in the featherweight division, our first finish of the night, as we had some can crushing by a can himself. as we had in our third fight of the night, our first and only fight at feather, our first of 2 fights at featherweight, my bad. And this was the lesser one for many reasons. As we had in our third fight of the night, Austin Bashi versus John Yannis. Bashi beat up a tomato can. Do I need to say much else? Didn't think so. I still think Bashi sucks, and he's just a one-dimensional wrestler. We saw that in his debut. This John Yannis dude is a joke. Like, who the fuck is this tomato can? Good shit, trashy. You got a quick finish against a bum. Congratulations. He sucks. Yannis sucks. The only reason I'm not calling this a bad fight because it was a finish. So, good job there. You both are trash. Next. After that, we pass over the halfway point of the prelims as we hit our middleweight doubleheader to end. Well, to go into the featured prelim, as we begin our middleweight doubleheader. At middleweight, of course, the heaviest weight class on the card, which is still insane to think. As we have the better of the 2 middleweight fights that we're about to see back to back. This was a finish at least. And the one I got wrong. Great. As we had in our fourth fight of the night in the middleweight division, we are the start of our middleweight doubleheader on these prelims. We had Andrey Pulyaev versus Nick Klein. God damn it, Nick, you weak bitch. Yeah, this was a tale of 2 rounds. In round, let me pull it up. I don't know why I'm not showing the scorecards. In round 1, Nick Klein dominated, took it to Pulyaev, took him down like 4 times, landed some good shots, but then he used up all his cardio doing said domination in round 1. Because then in round 2, he came out and he was just completely gassed. He had nothing left. He couldn't get in. He had no striking to begin with. He couldn't grapple because he was so gassed. And eventually, Pulyaev landed a beautiful body shot right on the liver from about 90 seconds into round 2. Hurt Klein badly, stumbled him to the ground. A few ground and pound shots later, it was over. Andrey Pulyaev gets the win, gets the finish, and beats Nick Klein by body shot. Very Jeremy Stevens, Jose. Well, I guess that was a punch, but you get the gist. Yeah, good one for Pulyaev, showing resiliency, showing the guy we actually saw in Contender Series, not wherever the fuck we saw against Christian Leroy Duncan. And, yeah, good finish, man. Like, Nick Klein can believe shit to bed. Trust me, I'll go in on his dumbass in a minute. But for Pulyaev, good shit, man. Looked good. They able to survive round 1. Good cardio. Of course, we knew he was a good kickboxer. Good shit by Pulyaev. Good win. Much needed win for him. And, yeah. Not really much else to say there, man. Good, I got another fight I got wrong, but the last one I got wrong for a hot-ass minute on this card. And, good work by Andrey Pulyaev. So, not very much else to say there. If you can survive the first 3 minutes against Klein, you should beat him. That's what Pulyaev did. And now, to talk about the fighters, of course we'll begin with the winner here, Andrey Pulyaev, getting his first UFC win, now 1-1 in the UFC. I don't know where this version of him was against COD, but I guess he took a day off. I don't know what the fuck happened. You should not be getting beat by Christian Leroy Duncan, period, but I guess he wanted to that day. But now he actually showed up, looked good, got the win, getting his first UFC win. He looked good. When round 2 started, round 1 he didn't look good, but round 2 he looked good. His striking's good. We knew that already. He has good striking. He has great kickboxing. His grappling has a lot to be desired. I'm worried about how he does against someone who doesn't gas after 3 minutes. How would a grappler do against him who doesn't gas immediately? That would be a very interesting question to have answered. But right now we don't have to worry about that, because Nick Klein gasses in 3 minutes, so, yeah. Yeah, good win for Pulyaev. Much needed win after a pitiful debut. Get a finish, no less, which makes it even better. Good on him, man. Good on him. Good finish. Much needed win. Still weird about that grappling, but striking wise, very good. Good job. Can't really say much else. And then for this moron, Nick Klein. You fucking scrub. So, Nick Klein's idea is to bum rush you in round 1 and gas immediately. He has about 3. He's a dog for about 3 minutes. And then he completely gasses out and loses. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Why do you fucking suck so badly? Yeah. I don't know what the fuck this dude's game plan was. If he thought he was just gonna bum rush Pulyaev to death, but it didn't fucking work, clearly. And now he's on a 2-fight losing streak, close to getting cut. So, good job, Nick Klein. Again, you're a dog for about 3 minutes. And then you're just a scrub. You can't strike. And you have no cardio. Good job, dude. Good fucking job. You suck. Fuck you. You're a dog for about 3 minutes. Good job. Well, with that being said, I guess the only thing left to say is, of course, who should they fight next? For Pulyaev, I doubt they give him a pretty big fight, because it's only his first win, so don't expect him to be shot up the rankings into a legit fight. I don't think they even would want to do that anyway. But who could Pulyaev fight? I think he's above all these tomato cans now. Maybe Ryan Loader would be kind of interesting. Cody Bumdage. I'm just not really like. I don't think they're gonna give him anyone on this page. I don't mind a Ryan Loader fight. I think that'd be kind of interesting to see how he would do against someone like Loader. Because again, what were we just saying? That we don't know about his grappling. So how would he do against a grappler like Loader? So I don't hate that. I think that'd be a fine fight for Pulyaev. Like, because Ryan Loader's garbage. So, or I mean, nah, can't. That's a step backwards. So yeah, probably. I don't hate that Ryan Loader fight. It'd be interesting. It kind of fits all the boxes I was just talking about. How he needs to. I want to see how he does against a striker or a wrestler. So yeah, let's do it. Ryan Loader, Andrey Pulyaev works for me. I don't see why not. So book it. Loader, Pulyaev. I'm intrigued. It'd be a bit of a step up. Let's see how he would do. So book it. Not very much else to say here. Nick Klein's a fucking bum. Maybe he could fight like fucking Jackson McVeigh if they keep him around. Yeah. I have no fight idea for Nick Klein because he's a fucking scrub. He's a dog for about 3 minutes and then he's gonna gas out and quit. So pathetic. Fucking Nick Klein. Good win for Pulyaev. Can't be mad at him. He looked good. Got a finish. Survived round 1. He's decent, man. He truly is a decent fighter. His kickboxing is really solid. He's good. He's really good. And who should he fight next? I'm down to see him fight Ryan Loader. I think that'd be a good test for him. A guy who he should probably beat, but we'll see. Yeah, let's see how he can actually do against a wrestler who doesn't gas after 60 seconds of actually fighting. So let's do it. Pulyaev versus Loader. Be a fine Apex prelim or early prelim on a pay-per-view or some bullshit. I don't know. And yeah, let's do it. Klein, you're a bum. Pulyaev should fight Loader. Good performance by Pulyaev. And yeah, not very much else to say. You can't gas after 3 minutes of fighting. That's simple. After that, we go to our second middleweight fight of the doubleheader and our co-main event of the prelims. Not the greatest fight in the world, but it was funny at least, because god damn is one of these guys impressively shitty at fighting. As we had in our co-main event of the prelims, our second and final middleweight fight of the doubleheader, and definitely the lesser of the two, but this one was funny just how bad one of these guys are. As we had in our co-main event the prelims, Rodolfo Vieira versus Tresean Gore. How do you lose a striking match to Rodolfo Vieira? That's impressively shitty at being a fighter. For 3 rounds, Tresean Gore lost a striking match to Rodolfo Vieira, a guy who we have seen has no talent outside of grappling. That's impressively fucking stupid. It's impressive to suck that badly, to be honest. I'm truly impressed with Tresean Gore that he sucks that badly. That he lost a striking match to Rodolfo Vieira, a man whose whole game plan is to grapple you, had to change on the fly, and still beat the shit out of you on the field. That's impressive how fucking garbage Tresean Gore is. He learned how to... So apparently Gore's training camp was just stopping takedowns, because he didn't train anything else, because he didn't do anything else. He threw like nothing on the feet, when he was meant to be the striker in this fight. I'm truly impressed by how shitty Tresean Gore is. It truly is impressive to be that shitty of a fighter. So, Tresean, you know, man, props to you. You fucking stink, bruh. You fucking suck. And, you lost a striking match to Rodolfo Vieira. What else can I fucking say? What else could I even say about this fight? That speaks for itself, so let's just talk about the fighters. For Rodolfo Vieira, apparently he's a fighting nerd now, so that's interesting. I don't know what voodoo magic they do in that goddamn gym, but clearly it's working. Now he's a striker, or a decent one. Getting back on track for his first win since last year. I still think Rodolfo's terrible, but he's not Tresean Gore terrible, that's for sure. Good win for Rodolfo, much needed win for Rodolfo. 35 years old, gonna be 36 in September. I still don't think much of him, but yeah, if he's learning how to strike now, good on him, man. Maybe the most impressed I've been with his wins in the UFC. Good job, Rodolfo. I guess he can strike now. About all I can say. Again, whatever voodoo magic the fighting nerds do, keep doing it, clearly. And then for this idiot, Mr. Vicious. Clearly not. First of all, he missed weight by 189, so you were a bit off there, moron. And then you lose a striking match to a fucking grappler. Tresean Gore's a joke. Cut him already. He never should have been signed to begin with after the Ultimate Fighter finale loss. So, he's just not good. He's 31 years old. He's 5-4. He's not good. He's not a UFC level fighter. He never was. He hits really hard, and that's about it. That's about it. The Ultimate Fighter, he wasn't even that impressive on the show. If you really look back on it, who the fuck is Ryder Newman? And Gilbert Urbina's garbage. So, he sucks. Cut him. He should have been cut a while ago. After the Cody Brundage loss, he should have been cut, so... He sucks. It's that fucking simple. There you go. Only thing left to say now is, who should I fight next for Rodolfo Vieira? There's some interesting options. Of course, the Bo Nickel fight's always gonna be there, but I doubt they're gonna do that. They're gonna give Bo, like, fucking Cedricus Dumas or some bullshit. So, who could Rodolfo fight? Mansour Abdul-Malik would be kind of interesting. Did he fight Jacob Malkoun yet? I guess I wouldn't be against seeing that. Yeah, maybe Jacob Malkoun Because I think that might be the only other grappler Rodolfo hasn't fought. He fought Petrosky. He hasn't fought GM3 yet, but who knows what happens with GM3 and Olajaychuk. Yeah, probably Jacob Malkoun. Those, I'd be down to see that. He hasn't fought Iron Turtle yet either. That'd be a really fun fight, but they're not going to do that. Or Muniz. I actually had a few grapplers Rodolfo hasn't fought yet. But I get probably Jacob Malkoun, right? Would be the only one that's not booked at the moment, and it would be interesting. But yeah, they have not fought, unless I'm forgetting a fight, but I swear that they have not fought. Abdul, yeah. Well, oh, and actually it was meant to be booked already, so that's even more of a reason to do it. So, yeah, let's find where the fuck Jacob Malkoun's hiding at. Let's do it. Jacob Malkoun and Rodolfo Vieira. Works for me. If you're not Rodolfo Vieira on your roster, let's see him fight the best grapplers in the division. Not saying Malkoun's one of them, but unless you haven't fight Bo Nickel, which I think it's a little late to do that fight. You should have done that fight sooner. Let's do it. Malkoun and Vieira, it was booked before. Let's book it again. About all I gotta say there. So, there you go. Unless GM3 wins in a few weeks, then you might make a case for GM3 and Rodolfo, which would be a fucking sweet fight. So, I don't know, there's some interesting options out there. But, yeah, that's about all I gotta say about this fight. Rodolfo Vieira won a striking match. What else do I need to say? Good win for Rodolfo, even if it's against Tresean Gore. Apparently, Rodolfo knows how to strike now, so good on him there, I guess. He looked vastly improved from the Andrey Petrosky fight, so that's good to see. And again, good for Rodolfo, man. He finally decided to try and get better at almost 36 years old, so good on him. Again, I don't know what the fuck the fighting nerds do down there, but it works. And good win for Rodolfo Vieira. Who should he fight next? Let's see him get rebooked against Jacob Malkoun. Unless, again, if GM3 somehow wins against Michael Olajaychuk, then you gotta do GM3 and Rodolfo Vieira, because that'd be a fucking fun fight. But he probably won't win, so let's do Rodolfo and Malkoun. That works for me. Cut Tresean Gore. One of the worst fighters on the roster. And, yeah. At the end of the day, again, all I can say is Rodolfo Vieira won a striking match. What else needs to be said? After that, we go to our featured prelim in the bantamweight division of fight that was. Okay, I'll say I was wrong. I shit on this fight a lot, and actually it was pretty good for the 62 seconds that it lasted. As we had in our featured prelim a finish, which I really did not expect. In our featured prelim, to end the prelim, that bantamweight division that I think it's only fight on the night, which is rare to see bantamweight not getting a lot of spotlight, but this was a good spotlight here. To end the prelims, we had Rinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. Speaking of fighters quitting due to body shots, Nick Klein, you're not alone. What's up, Nathan Fletcher, you bum son of a bitch? Long story short, for this fight, they start off striking. After about a minute, Rinya landed a beautiful liver shot, body kick. Nathan quit, and Rinya got to finish. Good shit for Rinya Nakamura. About all I gotta say there. Nice finish. Should have got a bonus. We'll talk about why he didn't later. Good shit. To talk about the fighters, nothing really else to say. The main thing I think about after seeing this fight is, so is William Gafarov actually good? Or is Rinya Nakamura just a fucking idiot in that fight? I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know the answer to that question. So I would still leaning William is actually a little bit decent. Kind of a mix of both. Mainly Rinya's a fucking moron. So, but also he did get fed a tomato can here, Nathan Fletcher, who's garbage. So, fuck, somehow Carlos Vieira might be his best UFC win at the moment. I'll make that make sense. Yeah, I still don't know what to think of Rinya. Good win here, but after that Muin Gafarov fight, I'm not really sure what to think of him, so the jury is still out, to say the very least. Good one here, good body shot here. He won a layup. Good job. And then for the opponent, Nathan Fletcher, who y'all can keep trying to tell yourself is good, but he's from Cage Warriors, and just because he's teams with Paddy Pimblett, I mean he's good. Yeah, Nathan Fletcher's garbage. Like that, it's so funny how awful that camp is. You got Paddy, Molly, and Fletcher. Can you have any less talent? Like those three are garbage, and Nathan Fletcher might be the worst of them. You lost to Callan Longrain, for fuck's sake. Your only win was Zigamontis, who's garbage, so... How you lost to Con Awful? Get real, man. Nathan Fletcher's garbage. I don't think they're gonna cut him yet, because they love having Berts on the roster, but... And you don't want to piss off Paddy, but... Let's be honest, Nathan Fletcher's garbage. I don't care. I saw so many people say during the week, Nathan's gonna win, Nathan's gonna win. No, he's not. Nathan Fletcher is garbage. Let's just be fucking blunt about it. So he shouldn't be in the UFC. He's not UFC level at all. He's Cage Warriors level, which means he has no talent. Come on, people. Be real. With that being said, the only thing left to say is, who should they fight next? For Rinya, Nakamura. He's right back on track. He should be getting a decent fight next, not a layup or a hard fight, but a decent competitive fight. I like it. Like a Cody Gibson would be kind of good. I think they got him ranked way too highly on Topology, to be honest. I don't mind a Cody Gibson fight. I think that would be kind of intriguing. Like looking at maybe Garrett Armfield, Brady Heaston would be a tough test. Theory City, that's a step backwards. Altung Haley, Felipe Lima, Raul Rosas, that'd be actually really interesting of a fight, but they're not doing that shit. I don't hate the Cody Gibson fight, to be honest. It'd be a nice test for Rinya. And then I think these guys, like Sopai, is actually good, so you don't want to do that. And then I think these are all guys Rinya's probably not going to look to fight, or not going to have Rinya look to fight. So... yeah, I'm not against the Cody Gibson fight. I think that'd be a nice test for Rinya, so... let's do it. Rinya Nakamura and Cody Gibson. It'd be a good test for Rinya. He should win that fight. So let's do it. Like, get another win under his belt after taking that loss, and then try and get him back into like a higher level fight. That works for me. Cody Gibson right now. I think that works. Let's do it. So there you go. Not really much else to say about the featured prelim. Quick finish for Rinya Nakamura. Good finish for Rinya Nakamura. Nathan Fletcher's completely terrible, but are we shocked? No. And who should Rinya fight next? I'm down to see him fight Cody Gibson. It'll be a good step up for him. Get another one against a guy he should beat, a little bit better of a fighter. And then if he wins that fight, then you can put him in there with a Damon Blackshear or someone who's a little bit better. So there you go. Let's do it. Rinya Nakamura and Cody Gibson. Sounds like a good fight to me. Book it. Not really much else to say. Good featured prelim. Good quick finish. Fuck, it sucks it was a quick finish because it left us with 20 minutes of commercials, but what can you do? Good win for Rinya. Nathan Fletcher's the bum quitter. And let's see when Rinya fight Cody Gibson. If he can win that, then we'll really know if he can be ready for a higher level fight. So there you go. Good featured prelim and good first win of the night for Japan. So, and overall, those were the prelims. Not awful. Outside of the Rafael Esteban fight, I thought the prelims were fine. The Piera Rodriguez fight was passable. Bashi got a finish. Pulyaev got a nice finish. The Rodolfo fight was funny, and Rinya got a really nice finish. I thought the prelims were fine. I can think of very few flaws with them. I had a good time with them. Good way to lead in the main card. Can't really complain about much. Good prelims, about all I can really say. Then we move up to the main card. A lot to say here, but a lot of it doesn't need to be said. It's gonna be an interesting main card to recap. So let's not waste any more time. We're 45 minutes in. Let's talk about the main card of UFC Vegas 108, which began with our main card opener, of course, in the featherweight division. A fight that was very decent and very predictable at the same time, as we had to open UFC Vegas 108's fantastic main card, Kevin Vallejos versus Danny Silva. Kevin Vallejos is really damn good. Not really sure what you want me to say. For 3 rounds, he beat Danny Silva pretty soundly. Silva's tough. He was a good punching bag. But, yeah, it was not really the most competitive of fights. I don't know why Kevin didn't just get to finish, but, you know, maybe he wanted to go all 3 rounds. He did drop round 3, but it was a close round. And, Kevin Vallejos got the W. Yeah, not very much else to say there. It's still one of the better prospects in the sport. This was a very good fight. And, yeah. Not very much else to say. Would have been 5 the night, but that quickly got taken away from them not too long after the fact, so sucks to be them, but still a fine fight. Can't really say much else. And, yeah. Good opener. To talk about the fighters, of course we'll begin with Kevin Vallejos. The kid is really damn good. 23 years old, 2-0 now in the UFC. Good striking, good cardio, good chin. He's super well-rounded. He's very good, and he's gonna be a problem in that division for a long time. So just wait. This was, I guess, if you want to take a positive out of this fight, this was good to see him get 15 minutes under his belt of fighting in the UFC, so that was good to see. His cardio is good, and his striking looks to be pretty decent. Well, we know his striking's great. His cardio is great. He's just really good, and I can't really think of much else to say. When your only career loss is Gene Silva, who couldn't even finish you, what do you really want me to say? So Vallejos is great. Simple as that. And then to talk about his opponent, Danny Silva. Danny's tough, but I don't think he's very good, to be honest. If you look at his first 3 fights, Angel Pacheco, garbage. Josh Kulabau, garbage. Luke Almeida, garbage. So, he's really tough. I'll give him that. He ate so many clean shots. But, yeah, I don't think Danny Silva's that great. He's tough. The best offense he had in this fight was taunting, to be honest. In round 3, when he was just taunting Vallejos more than actually fighting him. And, yeah, he put up a good fight. He's tough, but he had no chance winning this fight. And, yeah, he's tough. I'll give him that, but compared to Kevin Vallejos, he didn't have shit for him, so nice try, Danny, but you were never winning this fight. Not very much more to be said there. Well, I guess the only thing left to be said is, who should they fight next? For Kevin Vallejos, you're not going to throw him into a giant fight yet, but you're going to keep continuously building him up slowly. He's definitely a first-page fighter now. Just beat Danny Silva, who, not the worst, but not great. But who could Kevin fight? You want to give him a step up. No. I think it might be a little too soon to give him one of these higher, unless you give him, nah, that would be too soon. Fernando Padilla? That'd be a fun one. That'd be pretty damn fun. Fernando Padilla. That would be a really fun fight. If he could win that, then you could boost him kind of into the higher echelon. I saw someone say he should fight Billy Q. I don't know what Kevin would get out of beating up Kyle Nelson, Billy Q, Nate Landwehr, Juicy J. I don't know what he would get out of that. So why not have him fight? Let's see. Padilla is not booked at the moment. He's much taller. I'd be down to see that. Padilla and Vallejos. I think that'd be a banging ass fight. Win that, and then you could really throw Kevin in there with a Hyder Emil, a Nathaniel Wood, a Calvin Cater, a Giga Chikadze, someone along those lines. Let's do it. Fernando Padilla and Kevin Vallejos. That'd be a banger. It's a little too late to do that for Noche, but just do that in general would be a banger fucking fight. So let's do it. I don't see why not. Again, give Kevin one more quick win, and then you give him one of these higher echelon guys. Sounds like a good plan to me. He's still young. Don't push him too early. Let's do it. Vallejos and Fernando Padilla. You're telling me that's not a goddamn banger? Come on, man. That's a banger. Let's do it. Vallejos, Padilla. Book it. So, yeah, but that's about all I gotta say there. Good win for Kevin Vallejos. He's really fucking good. Just that simple. He's really fucking good. I can't really put it in much simpler terms than that. And, yeah. Good win here against Danny Silva, who's tough, but that's about it. And who should he fight next? I love the idea of Kevin Vallejos versus Fernando Padilla. It'd be a good test for Kevin, get him one more win, get him some more experience under his belt, and then give him a Calvin Cater, a Giga Chikadze, a Hyder Emil, someone along those lines. So, let's do it. Vallejos, Padilla, book it. Simple as that. He's still young. By 25, he should be in the top 15. And, yeah, not very much else to say here. Good win for Vallejos. Good main card opener. Let's see him get tested against Fernando Padilla. And, yeah, pretty simple there. Not very much else to say. After that, we head to our second main card fight of the night, and shockingly a finish by a guy who's not really known for getting finishes, and a fight I actually called semi-perfectly. I'm shocked I actually got this right. I was worried, but sometimes you can never bet against this guy. As we had in our second fight of the main card in the welterweight division, an Unk battle for the ages, and there's a lot of age in this fight. As we had our second fight of the main card, Neil Magny versus Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. Neil Magny still got it. Unk still got it. What a win for Neil Mags, getting a finish. In round one, it was looking pretty bad for Magny. He lost the round pretty clearly. Dos Santos was having a good round. Took him down a few times, controlled him a lot. Dos Santos took round one, and then he started to fade. He was still doing alright in round two, but then after a while, Neil Mag was starting to take over. Eventually, he got on top, started to get in position to land some ground and pound, and eventually, he got enough space, landed a lot of ground and pound, and got the TKO win. Neil Magny, with a little bit of time left in round two, gets the win, gets the upset, and wins, breaking his losing streak and getting his first win since, I think, Mike Malott. So, good for Neil Mag, getting the win. I called it. I told y'all Neil Mag was winning this fight. And, good for him, man. Good for him. Neil Mag somehow getting a finish in 2025. He still got it. So, good on him, man. Good on him. Not very much else to say. The fight wasn't the most interesting, I guess. The finish was nice, so good on Neil there. But outside of that, not really a lot to write home about. Still a fine fight, but nothing we're gonna remember outside the finish. So, fun Unk battle. Still would have been better 10 years ago, but what can you do? Let's talk about the fighters. for Neil Magny. Still got it, probably saving his career, because a loss here would have probably got him either retired or released. Getting his first win since the Mike Malott win last year. Breaking his first ever 2-fight losing streak. Good for Magny, man. Got a good win on his birthday, pretty much. So happy birthday to Neil Magny, officially 38 years old now. Good win. Against a veteran who was winning that fight. Magny still got it. He still can always find a way to win. That's why I picked him. And good job. All I can say, good job, Neil Mag. Good job. And then to talk about Elizeu Zaleski. What I said in the breakdown still stands. I really think he's starting to fade in his career, and I think this is another prime example of that. Like, this is his first ever 2-fight losing streak. He was looking good in this fight, but he badly gassed. I do think Zaleski's a good fighter, but age is just beating his ass at this point. He's 38 years old, gonna be 39 in November. He does not have a lot left. I thought he was gonna retire after the fight, but clearly that didn't happen. I think he might have one more fight left in him. He's not a bad fighter, but he's just age. Age has got to him. So, and let's be honest, without that Zach Scoggins win, without Dalby pulling out, would Zaleski be on a 4-fight losing streak right now? So, I don't know. Time is just get caught up to him. He probably should retire, but he can have one more fight. Take some time off. They're going to Brazil later in the year, so maybe he can hop on that card and retire there. He's had a good career. He's always been a good fighter, but at 38, almost 39, it's just kind of over for Zaleski, so he was good. Father time waits for nobody, and it hasn't waited for him. Just time caught up to him, man. That simple. Only left to say now is, who should they fight next? For Neil Magny, the guy Father Time still can't keep down somehow. Who should he fight? Now, getting his first win, he's not in the top 15, which is kind of weird. Which is weird to think about. But that immediately kind of leaves him open to more options of opponents. So who could he fight? Kevin Holland? Gee, no, I'm not against that, to be honest. It would be interesting. I'm not against it. Kevin Holland, Neil Magny, both guys who are usually pretty active. You could book that for a few months from now. You could book that for maybe, hell, if you want to put on MSG in November, or even the Piera Ankle Live card would need that fight. I like that. They haven't fought yet. I think that'd be an interesting fight. Outside of that, like who? Of course, there's always the prospects: Dulatov, Jacoby Smith. Why not give Neil Magny some fucking... Chris Curtis would be kind of interesting. Why not give Neil Mag some fucking fun? Let him fight Kevin Holland. Like, outside of that, what? Vicente Luque? I don't really see the point of that. Jake Matthews, that would be a step backwards for Jake. Salkov should fight Wonder Boy. We've already... Randy Brown, that wouldn't make a lot of sense for Randy. So let's do it. Neil Magny and Kevin Holland. Why not? Why not two of the more active, experienced fighters on the roster? They've never fought. They both want to chill out welterweight. Let's do it. Neil Magny, Kevin Holland. I'm down to see it. Book it. Give Neil Magny that cool Kevin Holland pay-per-view payday. Man deserves it. Book it. He might win that fight, to be honest. You never know. So, there you go. And then for Zaleski, I don't know what they're going to do with him. If he does want one more fight, maybe Nicholas Dalby, the way he debuted should be the way he retires. I'm not against it. So, yeah, let's do that. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Good Unk battle. Good win for Neil Magny. Still got it. Nigga never bet against Neil Magny. He'll always find a way to win against guys who are not young prospects. And even some that are. And, yeah, good win for him, man. And who should they fight next? For Neil, I like the Kevin Holland idea. I think that'd be a fun fight. And then for Zaleski, if he's gonna retire in his next fight, which he probably should, let's have him retire how he debuted against Nicholas Dalby. I think they wanted to do that fight earlier in the year or last year. Let's try and run it back here. Last fight in Brazil in I think November they go to Brazil, or some October, November. Let's run it. Zaleski, Nicholas Dalby, book it. Not really much else to say. Good fight, good on battle, good one for Neil Magny. Another guy who should have got a bonus with Rinya Nakamura, but again, you'll see why they didn't in a little bit. And yeah, good one for Neil. OG still got it. And let's see him fight Kevin Holland. Let's see Zaleski retire against Nicholas Dalby. Good fights, ideas, good fight there. There you go. After that, we go to our final 4 fights of the night, and our last fight before shit got crazy, as we head to our second and final female fight of the night in the top 15 of women's bantamweight. As we had probably the worst fight of the main card, but it wasn't. Yeah, it's kind of bad. The last 2 rounds of this fight were pretty bad. Probably the second worst fight of the night in that regard. As we had nothing that's shocking. As we had in our third fight of the main card, before the shit got crazy, in the top 15 of women's bantamweight, Karol, Rosa versus Nora, Cornolle. Yeah, like I said, the first 5 minutes of this fight, pretty decent. They had a fun striking match. Nora was landing some good shots, Karol was landing some good shots. It was pretty fun. And then Karol learned I could take her down at will and win easily, and that's what she did for the last 2 rounds, just laying on Nora for the last 10 minutes of the fight, and winning pretty easily, so... If ain't broke, don't fix it. Same thing Rafael Estevam did. Why make it difficult? Why make the fight difficult for yourself when you could just lay on Nora easily, and that's what Karol did, so... Pretty simple stuff there. Round 1 was good, round 2 and 3 were shit. Pretty simple stuff there. We'll talk about the fighters. We'll start with Karol Rosa, the gatekeeper, the gatekeeper of bantamweight, getting another win, continuing her losing and winning streak. That's been going on for fucking 4 years now. Rosa is good. She's a very well-rounded, good fighter, but she's never been good enough to beat the higher echelon of the division, and she probably never will be. So, she's a gatekeeper. It's that simple. At the end of the day, Karol Rosa is just a really solid gatekeeper, which is fine. That's a lot more than a lot of women's bantamweight fighters could say, so... She has good striking, she has good grappling, her cardio's good. She's a good fighter. Like, again, we all remember that fight of the year with Irene Aldana. And she has some good wins, but if none of her losses are that, like, the Sarah McMahon one's a joke, but her last 3 losses, Norma Dumont, who's probably gonna fight for the belt soon, Irene Aldana, which was maybe the fight of the year in 2023, and Eileen Perez, who's on a 6-5 winning streak, whatever. So, Rosa's good. She's a good gatekeeper. She's able to beat the lower echelon division and loses to the higher echelon. That's a gatekeeper, so... Good for Karol, man. She's not bad at all. And then for her opponent, Nora Cornolle, this is what I said in the breakdown. She is a talented fighter, but does she have what it takes to win a technical fight? No. No. This, exactly what I said in the breakdown is what happened here with Nora. I like Nora. She's a decent fighter. But in a more technical fight, can she win? No, she does not have the tools. She does not have the grappling. She does not have the cardio. She does not have the fight IQ. She has really good striking. Her dirty boxing, her striking, her kicks. She has good power. That's all good. In a fight, she's good. But in a technical fight, she just doesn't got it. That's why she's lost to Cavalcanti twice. That's why she lost to Karol Rosa. You could beat Melissa Mullins, who's shit. You could beat Haley Cowan, who's shit. But in these more technical fights, where you can't just spam your way to a finish, you're not gonna... Nora just doesn't have that. And she is getting older. She is 35, gonna be 36 in December. She just doesn't really have that anymore. well, actually anymore, we didn't really get to see a younger Nora, but at this age, she just can't really win these more technical fights, and that's gonna be the problem for her. She's fun, and against a lower level fighter, she's gonna have a fun fight and beat him, more than likely. But against Cavalcanti, against Rosa, who's more technical and good, Nora just doesn't have it, so... I hate to say that because I like Nora, but let's just be honest, she doesn't have it, so... There you go. That's about all I can say. So, with that being said, only thing I left to say is, who should I fight next? For Karol Rosa, finally get to use the top 15 again, after not being able to for like an hour. Who could Karol fight? It would make sense for her to fight up now, because she usually does fight up. And I think the logical fight would be Mayra Bueno Silva. Why is she still ranked? Like, because who would she fight underneath her? Maybe Cavalcanti, but I think they're going to give Cavalcanti a good fight sooner than later. I won't be shocked if Cavalcanti fights Irene or Chasson. So you gotta take that. Well, actually, Chasson's booked, so probably Irene. So what I think they'll probably do, Cavalcanti and Irene, which is a banger. Who knows what they're going to do with Eileen at the moment. Yana is fighting Chasson. Maybe Eileen fights Ketlen Vieira, because I think Ketlen should fight Pena, but who knows what Pena is doing at the moment. So, yeah, unless they do Rosa and Cavalcanti, I think Cavalcanti should fight Irene, and Rosa could fight Mayra. And then Eileen could fight Ketlen, and Macy's fighting Yana. So, there you go. Yeah, I think that'll work, so let's do it. I think I said this fight idea like a year ago. Let's do Karol Rosa and Mayra Bueno Silva. For whatever reason, Mayra is still highly ranked. Let's have Karol beat her. let's have her lose to Karol Rosa and get cut. So, cause she's lost 3, if she loses to Karol Rosa, that'd be 4 in a row, and you'd have to cut her. So, let's do it. Karol Rosa, Mayra Bueno Silva, Cavalcanti versus Irene, Eileen versus Ketlen, Macy's fighting Yana. There you go for the middle of women's 135. And then for Nora, just to look at it, maybe the winner of Edwards, Keshweta, I would imagine, wouldn't be a bad idea, or even a Daya Zalesniakova. One of those two would probably be a good idea, so do it. So there you go. Not really much else to say. Not a great fight, but still a good one for Karol Rosa against a tough Cornolle. And who should they fight next? I like Karol Rosa versus Mayra Bueno Silva. And for Nora, we'll maybe find out next week what they do for her. So yeah, about all I gotta say here. Again, round 1 was pretty decent. Round 2 and 3 were boring, just like the Rafael Esteban fight. That was pretty dreadful, but again, round 1 was alright at least, so it would be the second worst fight of the night. So there you go. Good win for Karol Rosa. Gatekeeper of the division. Let's see her beat Mayra Bueno Silva out of the UFC. And yeah, about all I gotta say there. Not a great fight, but could have been worse. Good one for Karol Rosa. And just being that crafty gatekeeper veteran against a Nora who just can't really win those more technical fights. And then after that, I don't even need to go in depth on these. If you did not see these fights, go fucking watch them. Esteban Ribovics versus Elves Brenner, and Chris Duncan versus Mateusz Rambecki. I can't do them justice. Double fight of the night, which says enough in its own right. If you missed them, go watch them. Duncan and Rambecki, one of the best fights of the year. Ribovics and Brenner was a banger. What a fucking back-to-back at lightweight. One of the best weight class in the UFC for a reason. The deepest weight class in the UFC for a reason. Go watch them. All I can say, they were both fucking amazing. Respect to all 4. These guys are fucking insane. All I will say is, Ribovics versus Duncan, anybody? So, what can I say? Amazing back-to-back. Both fights were phenomenal. If you missed them, go watch them. Both heavily deserved fight of the night. It would have been nice to see Magny and Rinya get bonuses, but when you're giving out 2 fights of the nights, that's all you need to give out, so just go watch these fights. I don't need to go in depth on them. Go watch them. But that's all I can say. And then, somehow after all that, we still had a main event of the evening, which was also pretty damn good. as we had in our main event of the evening in the flyweight division, Japan versus South Korea. A good main event thanks to Amir Abazi pulling out like the bitch that he is. We still got this fight, which was decent, as we had to end UFC Vegas 108, a fantastic card. After two fantastic fights, the main event between Tatsuro Taira versus Han Sung Park. Yeah, this went exactly as we all thought it would. Long story short, Taira just showed him levels, which I thought we all knew he would, which sucks to say because Park did step on a short nose and save the card, but he was not going to win this fight. He had no chance in this fight, and that showed quickly. Got dropped in round 1 and controlled on the ground, got taken down in round 2 of ease and subbed there. What can you say? Tatsuro Taira just showed him levels, which we all knew he would. Taira got better from that Royval fight, and sadly Park had to be the guy to prove that. Respect to Park for stepping in, the kid will bounce back. He's not bad. 29 years old, 10-1 now. He'll bounce back, I think we all know that. And then for Taira, he did bounce back, got better from that Royval fight, got a quick layup here, and now what does he do next? I'll tell you, he should fight Brandon Moreno. I think that'd make the most sense. Get a win there, get a title shot. It'd make the most sense. There's no point in rebooking the Albazi fight. That's a meaningless win. Fight Moreno, who's kind of in Wonderland right now. We don't know what the fuck they're going to try and do with him right now. So let's have Taira fight Moreno. That'd be a good fight. Good test for Taira against a former champion. Unlike Albazi, who's just a tomato can layup. Let's do it. Taira, Moreno. It makes the most sense. You could have Royval fight Manel Kopp. Cut Albazi and Kaikara because they're shitty. Van's gonna win the belt. Pretty simple what you do at flyweight. So, there you go. Not very much else to say about the main event. Taira showed him levels, which we knew he would. And that was about that, so. Good win for Tatsuro. Getting back on track. I feel bad for Park, but what can you do? Good win for Tatsuro. So let's see him fight Brandon Moreno. And good main event to end a great card in the Apex with a bang. Good win for Tatsuro Taira. And after, by saying that, all I can say is, of course, boom, that was the card, finally. Let's go, let's do the normal poster recap shit. How did I do on picks? 9 of 12, 3 perfect, 5 21. Could've done better. The only 3 I got wrong were Rumbeki, which, I'm not upset. That fight was amazing. Nick Klein, you're a bitch, and Kellen Souza, you're a bitch, so fuck both of you. But I'm so happy. Called a Neil Magny fight, which was cool. And, yeah, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. The bonuses for the card, of course, it was the double 5s a night to Ribovics and Duncan, as there should have been. Again, I would like to see Magny and Rinya get performance bonuses, but I get why they didn't, so not a big deal there. If you missed a card, what should I say? You should go back and rewatch. The Piera fight, if you want, you can skip that completely. Watch the Bashi fight, it's quick. Watch Pulyaev. Watch Rinya. Rodolfo if you want. Watch Vallejos. Watch Magny. You can skip the Rosa fight. Of course, watch the fights of the night. And watch Tatsuro Taira. So, the only things I would say skip if you want. Piera, Vieira, and Rosa, you could skip, and Esteban. So, outside of those 4 things, watch everything else. It was a good card. So, you won't regret rewatching all that outside of those 4. If you want, you could watch 2 of those if you want. I'd skip the other 2. Second to last thing, our favorite segment of the show, always, every week, the chopping block. Who's on a chopping block this week? It's a single person chopping block because it is just Mr. Tresean Gore. Goodbye, you fucking suck. No shocker there. Could you do more? Yeah. Like if you go through the card of losers, Ketlen, I doubt it. Bunes, nah. Yannis, I wouldn't complain. Klein, you can make a case. Fletcher, you can make a case. Silva, no. Zaleski, no. Cornolle, no. Brenner, not. You can't really make a case. Rumbecki, no. Park, no. So maybe they throw Fletcher and Klein in there, but I would say just Tresean Gore. So, bye, bitch. You suck. And unless I'm forgetting something, I think the only thing left to do is what do I rate the card? I'm gonna shock you with this one, but I really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Yes, I truly think a 9. The only thing, I had very few issues with the card. I had a great time with the card. When my only 2 flaws with the card were shitty Rafael Esteban fight and 2 shitty rounds of Karol and Nora Cornolle. That's not bad. And in my opinion, that sounds like a 9 out of 10 card. I had a great time with it. For the first time in a long time, I'm giving a card a 9 out of 10. I know a lot of people have said that's crazy when I've said it, but that's what I'm going to say. 9 out of 10. I thought it was a great card. There you go. I enjoyed it. So, yeah, that's about all I gotta say about UFC Vegas 108. If you missed it, you missed a good one. You should go watch it, because it was great. And, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. So, had fun. Great Apex card. Great night in the Apex. And, yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy with it. So, that's all I gotta say about UFC Vegas 108. To look to the future now, video-wise, what will we be doing next? Of course, it will be a breakdown, and it will be of UFC Vegas 109 next Saturday night from the Apex. Roman Elizeu versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. That card on paper I think is a little weaker than the one we saw today or tonight on paper, yesterday, whatever you want to say. But it still should be alright. Steve Erceg, Angela Hill. What else is on the card? Some decent fights. Some Elijah Smith in a layup. So there's gonna be some good fights next week. Well, I'll be breaking that down on Friday, of course. And then on Sunday we'll be recapping it. So that's the timeline for the upcoming videos in the future, in the next week. Short-wise, there will be 2 out later today. One will be kind of the chopping block and all that bullshit, and one will be overall what I thought of the cards. If you're watching the recap now, you really don't need to watch those shorts, but if you want to give me a view, I don't mind. And then stream-wise, the future is looking like we're going to be doing the Hangover party tonight, or Hangover, not really a party, but the Hangover stream tonight. We'll be looking at next week's card in bullshitting. Then nothing tomorrow. Tuesday we'll be doing Tough Talk. Wednesday, you know, me and Jabers will be doing woman, female fighter ranking or ratings, and we'll be making our parlays for, well, his parlays for Saturday night. And then obviously Friday we do the pre-party, and we do all the same shit we do every week. So Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday is when you'll see me live again. So hopefully to see y'all tonight for the Hangover stream to UFC Vegas 108 to end the weekend. And yeah, man, I don't think that's about it, right? Talked about the card, talked about next week, talked about the future, and had a great time. So hope y'all enjoyed the video, hope y'all enjoyed the card, and hope y'all are enjoying your weekend. The beginning of August, can't believe it's already August. And yeah, if you only watch the videos, and I'll see y'all on Friday for the breakdown of 109. But if I see you sooner, that's even better. As I say, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 200 subs always the goal by the end of 2025. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I don't believe I am, great night in the Apex. As I say, RX, as always, RX, out. Good vibes. Only. And always.